definitely like me speaking because like I do referee as well. It definitely depends on what era the ref plays in and what he calls. Like me personally, like the type of way I played, like I played old school, so like I referee old school, so like certain flags that I'm supposed to throw, it's like it's hard for me to throw because in my head I'm like, oh, that's a good tackle, but then in the rule book it's like, he's a defenseless player, as opposed to like another ref who's like, I don't know, who just learned the rules. He's throwing everything because he's like, nope, like that's what the rule book says, So it definitely depends on who the ref is and really what era they're from. That's what goes into calls.
Okay.
A ref will never tell you, but
So it's really dependent on like the age of the referee and their era from football.
it depends on what type of guy they are. If they're gonna really enforce,
Because if it's like little ticky tacky stuff, like
I mean, it really just depends. I mean, I'll use for example like have you seen any of Garrett's hits? Like, have you ever
I've
seen
seen some. Yeah.
Which game did you see?
I believe I saw.
Was it the JCA one? It was one we were at home.
I wasn't at the JCA game. I missed that game.
Prime example, a guy doing a crackback block, right?
Yeah, crackback block.
So now you're supposed to go with your hands out, right? Your hands are supposed to go out and you're supposed to run like this. If I'm refereeing and you go and you put him down, but you don't like lower your shoulder,
okay,
I'm calling it clean, right?
Right.
But if another ref, depending on how fresh he is, that's a flag, or how strictly enforced he is, that's a flag, because in the rule book it says you have to go like this unless it's a crackback block. So
interesting.
That's just it depends on who it is, So
wow, yeah, I don't know. What's your opinion? Like, are you to the point where you're like, I have to call every single thing? Or if it's like so close to the point, are you someone that throws a flag when it's that close? Or you're like, nah, that's too close to call?
I'm the type of guy, it's just, I mean, I don't want to make it sound bad, but it's like all refs we think this way, depending on what type of game it is, and it also depends on the sideline for sure.
Yeah.
Like if your sideline is cool, if your sideline is not all in my ear, if I don't have to, excuse me, coach, excuse me, every time I'm coming down, you'll get those 50-50 calls. But
right.
If you're being, an asshole, I got to tell you to move. You're not getting those 50-50 calls. And, maybe I do call the game, not just for you a little stricter, but in general, I call the game a little stricter. But definitely calling a playoff game or a championship game different from a regular season game. But me, I just try to keep it I try to keep it neutral. If that makes sense. I try to let the boys play.
You're good.
But I also I also do enforce the new school rules while also letting the boys play. And the most gray area I would say is just like the most gray area I would definitely say is that I see a lot is pass interference.
Okay.
And probably unsportsmanlike.
So unsportsmanlike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because nowadays, unsportsmanlike. Those are the two for sure.
Yeah, pass interference. Because those sometimes can be so tough to call because you're like, fuck. Because would you rather not throw a flag that you're like, fuck, that could have been pass interference? Or would you rather throw a pass interference flag and then if all the crew comes together and they all agree like that wasn't pass interference, you could wave that off? Would you rather throw the flag or how's that work?
You saying if I seen a play and I'm like, it's iffy?
Yeah, if it's like iffy on like a pass interference and you're like, I'm not going to throw the flag on this one. But if it's too close, would you rather throw the flag and then talk with your crew and get different perspectives and then wave it off? Or would you just rather just not make the call at all?
That's the thing that a lot of referees make the mistake in, right? So I'll like break that down. So he asked me if I'll throw the flag, right? So when you do it, you got to do it, right? So if you're going to throw that flag because like it was contact, that's cool. That's fine. but now you got to throw that same flag for the rest of the game, right?
Oh,
You can't
yeah.
let the boys play anymore, right? So if it's ever a 50-50, like, maybe not, you got to throw it, right? Because if you don't, then it's like, well, you shouldn't have threw that first one then if you're not going to throw this one.
Okay.
And then when you're asking like your other crew members for opinions,
Yeah.
you have a sector, right? Like each ref have what they're looking at, right? So you got the white hat, you got the two wings, right? And let's say you got the back judge, right? If I'm a line judge, right, I have from the sideline to the hash, right?
Okay,
And
sure.
so if I'm the back judge, like I have the box. So if I'm the white hat, like, you know, like I have the box. So if I'm the white hat here, or no, prime example, if I'm the wing here on this side of the field and it's pass interference over there, that's not my call to make. I can't see over there. I can't really see right then and there. That's that wing, that guy, that referee on that sideline. That's his call to make because I'm 50 yards away. You know, and so that's what I tell. Like when I'm reffing, that's what I tell coaches who ask me, like, that's pass interference, that's this, that's that. I'm like, Coach, I'm over here with you. Like, would you want me to throw a flag and I'm 50 yards away? Like, I would hope you wouldn't want me to do that because maybe I can see it, maybe I can't. Maybe I seen something that I didn't think I saw. So that's one of the mistakes that I did make, you know, my first season refereeing. You know, I would make those calls that were way down the field. That's not my call to make. And then, you know,
and then people were fucking pissed in the stands. You're like, what is he throwing?
And
what is he talking about?
And your crew, because like your crew feels like, it's like, you don't think I can make that call? It's like, that's my side.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Don't throw a flag.
A little tension in the in the crew. That's funny.
You got to talk to your crew and make sure, you know, y'all on the same page about, you know, this is what I got. This is what I got. So stay in your parameters, and that's that.
Yeah.